All right, on this show, we also have a segment called Younger Self. And I know you may have done this in other interviews before, but I would love to hear Bob Miller now talking to the younger Bob Miller as if you're giving advice to your younger self. And just talk right into the camera and speak to younger Bob Miller.
Well, I would say, Bob, you picked a field that is going to be very tough, and people will tell you that's a difficult field to get into, radio and TV. And yet, if you have the desire to do it, and you're good and you work at it and prepare, you can do it. I got fired technically from my first job. I was going to do high school football in Moline, Illinois. I was doing football at the University of Iowa on tape, but not live at that time. And I got hired to do high school football. And I thought, I've watched football all my life. I'm prepared. I can do that. And about 5 minutes into the game, I thought, I am really in trouble. Oh, no. I'm in over my head. I didn't know the high school players. I was not prepared. I did one more game, and the owner of the station called me in. His name was G. Laverne Flambeau. Called me in, and he said, Bob, I think we're going to have to make a change. And I knew he was right. I knew I'm not prepared and ready to do this job. And he said, we're going to put somebody else doing the football broadcast, but I want you to come back in the basketball season and do basketball. I think you can do that, and then you could move on to football. So he gave me a second chance. I've been forever grateful, and I've always remembered his name this many years later, and it's now 57, 60-some years, that he didn't say, you're fired, get a different profession. He gave me a chance to come back, and in that time that I was off, I knew I've got to do different things to study and be ready to do the broadcast. Allowed me to come back, and then I did football the next year, and without that, I may have gone into some other business. So people will give you a second chance. Take advantage of that, and you'll get better. And critique your work. Listen to what you've done, and that's the way you'll also be better.
Oh, I love it. Very powerful. I think the younger Bob will appreciate your advice.
I hope he listens.
Yeah, I hope so.